Hi and welcome. I am Tiffany and I'm excited to share with you how you can systemize your business in minutes. So as you're watching, I want you to put "Hey Tiff" in the chat comment box and so that I can engage with you. I'm excited because systems are so important for your business at this time. You want to make sure that you have your participants handbook or your participants worksheet rather to guide you along and just to take some copious notes, because many times you're going to hear me download things to you that may not necessarily be on the screen. Okay, so let's get to it because there's much to know. All right, so I ask that mics be off. Again, you can chat and put your comments in the chat box, type your questions in the chat box, and if you have any questions after, I will engage with you in the chat box as well. Okay, and so I was a systems strategist before I even knew what systems were. When I first decided to launch out into the business world, I didn't have systems. I didn't know what automation was. I didn't know anything about it, but I did organize, my Google folders in a certain form. I had a process in place because I'm a very linear person. I'm a C on the DISC assessment. If you ever take a DISC assessment, I am a C. I'm all about logistics, but it wasn't until I experienced what it means to have systems that I know, oh, this is what I need to do, and I need to share this with other people. And it's so important to crush the chaos in your life. So I literally, at this time, I don't know if you're driving, if you're walking, whatever you may be doing, I want you to just pause and breathe. Okay, because it's with a clear mind that you're going to have a peace and the organization that you need. Now, some of my workshops, I go through how to organize your life so that you can have an organized business, because it is my belief that you do not have an organized business if you don't have an organized life, right? But for this webinar, we're talking about systemizing your business. And this is so important because I have saved my clients on average 12 to 17 hours a week, right? I have shaved off time of their busy list. I have reduced their to-do lists. It is so important to understand that you are here for clarity and you are here for your freedom, and understand that you did not start your business to be its secretary. So I want that to settle within you. Okay, you did not start your business to be a secretary, and that is why we are here. And you have to understand that knowledge is your currency, right? When we talk about time, money, and skill, that is all in building your business, and you are here for advanced knowledge, right? We're here to save your time, save your money, increase your skill, and increase your knowledge. Because once you set your systems in place, they are in place until you decide to change them. Okay, systems is not something that you may change, every month, every quarter, every year. For the most part, once you have a system in place, it's there. You may tweak it along the way, but it's set. It's solid. It's solid ground. And so when you think about your business and your systems, okay, I'm going to get into what a system is. But I want you to just look at this screen and look at what you see right here. You see dashboard, contacts, leads, projects, calendar, bookings, to-do, documents, workflow, bookkeeping. Imagine being able to do all of this in the palm of your hand. Just imagine, right? Imagine being able to access all of your contacts, all of your current clients, all of your prospective clients in the palm of your hand. Imagine being able to see what prospective clients you have coming in as leads. Imagine having access to project folders in the palm of your hand. Tiffany, what's a project folder? We want to talk about that. Imagine being able to handle your calendar. Look at what consultation bookings you have. What to-do lists do you have, right? Time out for having post-it notes everywhere. But I just want you to get in the focus of what it means to be able to really handle your business on the go and to also allow your business to roll while you're not. Systems is an organized and documented way in which your business functions. Okay, it's an organized and systemized way in which your business functions. Notice I did not say it's an organized way in which you run your business. You don't run your business. It should be running on its own. Okay, and systems help you to manage the functioning of the business. So what is your routine? You need systems for clarity, for organization, for structure, for confidence, and professionalism, and profitability. Do you understand that people will do business with you if they like you? People will do business with you if they trust you. People will do business with you when they know and see and feel that you are organized and professional. You do it yourself as a consumer. You will patronize some stores versus other stores based on your experience with them. There are some grocery stores that you don't want to set foot in because you know it's going to be chaotic when you go in there. You know there might be long lines, rowdy people, not enough help. There are some fast food restaurants where you don't mind, staying in the line if the line is long because you know that they have a system to get you through that line quicker. Versus when you go to some fast food restaurants and you see a long line, you're not staying in that line because you're like, wait a minute, something inside is broken. They may not have enough staff on hand, And in the last 3 years, professionalism, customer service has significantly declined in so many businesses, and that's not what you want. So all along, by just being professional, you are setting yourself aside, okay? You are setting yourself beyond others in your field. You also get that confidence because you know what you're doing, or rather, you know what your business is doing. You know what's going on. Right? And when you have all of these pieces together and you're making money, and not just money, but you're profiting in your business, you're going to experience freedom. And that's what you want, because too often our businesses feel like burdens, and that's not what we want. Would you agree? And so put a yes in the chat box, in the comment box. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we're going to go over 4 essentials, okay? 4 essentials in starting or creating systems in your business, okay? So before we get into that, here are some questions that I want you to ponder. And again, you should have your participants handbook, your participants worksheet where you have these questions, and feel free to take notes and different things that come to mind. Feel free to put all of that on the paper, all right? So, how do you collect information from prospective clients? And this question is so important because too often we just assume that people will contact us. Hey girl, I need your service. Hey, I saw what you posted online. I really need that. I was told that you provide this. I need that. We said, okay, give me a call. And we leave it there. Listen, do not let, after today, after this moment, do not let another prospective client get away from you. Okay? You want to make sure that you have a way of organizing or collecting their information. And where are you collecting that information from? And what are you doing with that information? And in your participants worksheet, there are some images there that show you where you can start to collect information from. Okay, it could be your website, it could be social media, and you're going to use a lead form to do that. LEAD. You want to capture every prospective person. Again, do not let another person go by. Do not let another person go by. You want to have lead capture forms. Now, here is an example of a lead capture form. Okay, a lead capture form is basically a document that asks questions from your client. Okay, it looks sort of like a questionnaire as well. All right, and on your lead capture form, you want to ask for name, company name, contact person, phone number, email address, preferred method of contact. They can check off what service they're interested in, etc. All right. Next, you want to make sure that you have online booking in place. When I tell you online booking is so important, Online booking is so important because you are not available all day, every day to speak to people. Would you believe me if I said that people waste a lot of time looking for stuff because the area is not organized, and they waste time in meaningless conversations? It could be side chat, it could be small talk, it could be office talk, it could be answering the phone every time it rings, it could be checking every single notification as they pop up, or even responding to text messages as soon as they come. You need an online booking system so that you tailor when you are actually available, okay, to have consultations with your clients. Because again, you are a service-based independent business owner. You offer a service. And if I just hypothetically go to your booking calendar and I see that, oh, she's available all day, every day, I can come back later. She's out, you don't want to do that. You want to put people in a sense of urgency. You want to add some exclusivity to what it is that you're doing. Okay. And so you want to iron out when you are available. For me, I do consultations 2 days a week during a certain time block. My other days are used for marketing. So my days are just used for creativity. So my days are used for no talking or communicating with people at all, because they're my thought days, right? So you want to iron out when you are going to have your bookings, and you need to make sure that it's easily accessible. Your booking page should be easily accessible to persons, and make sure that you choose a way for people to select what time zone they're in, because that's so important. Okay. And then determine, are you going to have free calls? Are you going to have paid calls? If it's a paid call, you need to make sure that you are getting paid at the time of booking. Okay. Now, what should happen after someone books a consultation with you, for example? You should, one, receive an email confirmation, and the person booking should also receive an email confirmation. What else should happen? At least 24 to 48 hours before the booking date, that person should receive a reminder. Reminders are important because people are busy, people are consumed, and people forget. You don't want someone to block off time on your schedule and you're sitting and waiting. So you want to make sure that you have a way to send reminder emails at least 24 to 48 hours before, and send an email reminder on the day of. Okay. Now, with the right CRM system and software in place, these things are done for you automatically, and you are hands off in your business. Next, you need to have a workflow. Now, a workflow is not snapping a selfie and saying, oh, check me out, I'm going to work. No. A workflow is when your steps, when your systems flow without your involvement. And so you can think of this as a checklist of actions that happen automatically. Okay? A checklist of actions that happen automatically. And let me just pause and say that you will have access to this after for the replay, so you can pause and digest everything. And as you're watching, go ahead and put your questions in the comment box. All right. So your workflow. Now this is my jam. I love it. And you might be looking like, girl, all I see are arrows and boxes, right? And so when I do business organization sessions with my clients, we go through this. I do this with them, okay? But I'm going to show you a simplified way of an example workflow provided by 17 Hats, okay? I am an ambassador of 17 Hats, so that is my preferred CRM software of choice, and I can offer it to you as well for 50% off the annual price. Okay, so let's look at this example of a workflow. Okay, so let's say you send a questionnaire to your clients. Questionnaires are so important because there's so much information that you need to receive from your clients, right? And so what should happen? Let's say you send a questionnaire. What should happen next? Okay, so remember, a workflow is an automatic way of doing things. So if you have a checklist, this should happen first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and it happens in order without you having to do anything. Okay, once that workflow is set in action, it flows. So let's look at the screen here. Action. Let's say your first action is you send the questionnaire to your client. What should happen next? The questionnaire is already made. Templates. Okay. You need templates. Templates are what you have set. You can edit it as you need, but you have that template set so that you're not retyping emails, so that you're not retyping questionnaires, so that you're not duplicating the same tasks. So in the CRM software, you send the questionnaire. That's the action that you're going to start, that you're going to trigger. And you're not typing the questionnaire because it's already templated. Okay. And then you're going to have the email go out. So your client will receive an email with that template attached. And then it's going to go out automatically. And then this workflow is completed once that template is answered, once that questionnaire template is added. So all you really do when you log into your CRM software, okay, you click on the action to send the questionnaire, and steps 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 happen without you doing anything. All you have to do is initiate the action. So again, in the best way possible, you should have a CRM system. You should have a CRM software, okay? I recommend 17 Hats. You will have your questionnaire template already done, okay? This is what I do for my clients. I set their templates up. When you need a client to receive the template, answer it, send it back to you, all you do is click a button to trigger the action, and these steps happen automatically. And even better, the template email questionnaire comes with a due date. So if you want that questionnaire completed by a certain date, you can plug that into the system. And then your client will receive a reminder and even a pass notice if necessary. Here's another simple workflow, okay? Let's just say, remember that image I showed you with all those tasks? And I'm saying get rid of all your Post-it notes. You'll need Post-its plastered everywhere. Let's say you add a to-do item to your list. So you're going to add a to-do item for your phone call with the following settings. So you're going to go to your to-do list and write call lead. And then the due date is 1 day after the previous item is completed. So you're going to call someone, and then you can set up your workflow to follow up, to send a follow-up email. Your workflow can send them a questionnaire, can send them a survey. So your workflow is basically structuring what you already do without you having to do it. It's duplicating you. Your system should duplicate what you already do. You probably don't even notice or realize how much you do in a day because you're just busy doing it. But when you put your structure in place, you really see it. Okay. This is also an example of systems in place. Okay. It's important to follow up with clients and be honest with yourself. How often do you follow up with prospective buyers, for example, or prospective clients? How often do you follow up with current clients and see how they're doing and how they're progressing with your service, etc.? So here is a workflow that I created. And as you'll see, it says follow up emails post quote. So have you ever had a prospective client ghost you after the quote? It happens, right? And so what you want to do is follow up with those persons. And as you see, I have 9 follow-up emails, and each email says something differently. All I had to do was type these emails one time. set it up in this workflow, and I can use this workflow over and over and over and over again without having to retype these emails. Because listen, solopreneurs, we're spending too much time in the inbox. We're spending too much time doing administrative work without seeing the profit, without seeing the rewards of our labor, because we're not doing actions that move the bottom line. Okay. And so let's take a look at this. So my first email will go out as soon as this workflow is triggered. And then the second email will go out when? 3 days later. And then I have a to-do here to check to see if the client or prospective client paid the quote. If they paid it, I can check here and stop the rest of the email. But if they don't, the third email will go out 7 days later, the fourth email will go out 14 days later, and so forth. Again, my process, my structure is here, it's organized, and it's going to go out automatically for me. This is one way that you add structure to your business. Okay, and it's still personal. I'm not taking away from, my business and my personality, but just imagine having 20 people that you've had consultations with and they haven't responded to their quote you need to follow up with. Just multiply 20 people by 9 emails that I'm sending each of them, and I have to remember to send it on this particular day or this particular week. It will never get done. This is why you put systems and automation in place. And here are some examples, some screenshots of what it looks like. First of all, you want to be, again, professional. We talked about that professionalism. You want to be clear and you want to be well branded. So when it comes to look at image 8, keeping your contacts organized. When you have a CRM software in place like 17 Hats, you will open this up and you will type in your contact information of a prospective client, a current client, and it stays there in your digital, I like to say my digital Rolodex, okay? Let's say you need to have some contracts. It's time out for attaching contracts as a document. I received a contract one time as a PDF. And in my mind, think about the person receiving your email. I'm like, I have to find a way to print out this PDF, sign it, scan it, send it back. This was some years ago. I still participated. But now if I get a contract like that, I don't even, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm not the right person because your systems are not in place. It just gives a different message about the company, okay? And here's an example B of a lead form. Create winning consultations, get the recap of the 3-day IG live series, complete this form, name, email. And then what happens after they complete this form? They should get the automatic email with their information in it. And when they submit the form, you have their information in your online, your digital Rolodex, right? Again, back to this contract, image C. Click inside. This is an economy of click and order. People want to click in time. So when you're organized and you have structure, you're making life easier for yourself and your clients. Another image, when you are sending quotes to your clients, you need to have your business address there. You need to have when the quote was issued, when it's due, or how long the quote is valid. Set a due date with the quote. When you set a due date, there should be reminders. There should be pass-through notices if needed, as previously stated. Have your services listed. Have the price listed. Here is a screenshot of a quote, right? And then you can click which option you want. And then what happens next? The contract and then pay. So everything should flow. You're not retyping these. You're not sending these invoices out. Once the template is set, you can use it over and over and over until you need to change something. Okay, so I'm showing you these screenshots so you can see how organization looks. This, again, is professional. You have to make people, not make people, but people will want to do business with you when you show up the right way. Fourth, you want to make sure that you have client onboarding. Onboarding is the way that you welcome your clients. And this is so important because listen to me and hear me clearly. Write this down. Okay. And if you're still with me, put a 4 in the chat box, in the comment box. Type of 4. You want to make sure that that your clients do not experience buyer's remorse. Okay. You do not want your clients to experience buyer's remorse. And onboarding is so important because onboarding is the way that you welcome your clients into your business. So what should happen when you onboard your clients? Send an email educating them on your experience. Okay, so for example, I send a welcome to the system suite. We're happy to have you. I share my office hours. I share the preferred method of contact. I let my clients know how they are to contact me, how I will contact them. I send office hours because I want them to know how I function at the system suite. You have to make sure that your rules, your process is clear because you don't want anyone trying to rewrite your rules, or you don't want anyone to misunderstand how you function. The welcome email to educate your clients on the experience sets the boundary and clear expectations. In that welcome email, you can also share the scope of work, what will happen first, second, third, fourth, when, where, how. Okay, you do not want your clients to experience buyer's remorse. This is also a great time to send questionnaires. Listen, when it comes to working with your clients after that invoice, every action is so important. You want to do your best to gather as much information as possible because I don't know what's in the water, but people will pay you and go ghost, or they will pay you and not have as much accessibility as you need. So you want to talk about all of those things, like let them know how often you need them to be available. But anyway, your questionnaire will gather that important information. And this is the best time to get as much information as possible because they're excited. They just paid you, so they're following the rules. Okay. And then a third part of your onboarding system is to give your clients their portal or set their portal up and let them know that they have access to it. Tiffany, what is a portal? A portal basically is a digital folder. You know how when you go to your doctor's office, they have like a folder, they call it a chart with all of your information in there. That's basically what a client portal is. It stores every email that you sent your client. It stores every file, every meeting, every invoice, quote. It has all of their documents in one place. Okay. And you know that, hey, here's your folder, access it at any time. And as a side note, this is very important because during tax season or right before tax season, clients may ask you for their invoice. You can just send them their portal link, and then you don't have to worry about that. Because don't forget, with the best CRM system, you also have bookkeeping a part of that. Okay. Another example I want to show you. Here's a questionnaire. Okay. And one thing about using a CRM software, it's protected. Your client's information is protected versus using some free tools, right? There are some tools that are super popular, but if it's free and easily accessible, it might not be the best thing to use. So again, you have welcome clarity, and this is customized with the client's first name without you even having to type their name. You can ask yes or no questions, extended response questions, and you can also have a checklist. And let's just say you have a question that's super long and you know your clients open it up and they don't feel like finishing it. They can save it as a draft, which is really cool. And they can go back to it later, or they can save and send. You have an option to print the questionnaire, and they also have an option to print the questionnaire. So there are times when you might be working with a client in person and you want to print the questionnaire, or you might have some clients who are not tech savvy, they want the paper, you can print it. And my favorite part of questionnaires when you have an organized and systemized business is assigning a due date. I need you to get this back to me. And your system, the software that you're using, should send a reminder and or a past due date if necessary. All right, so keep any questions coming and I'm going to be sure to reply to them because we are to the end, okay? We are to the end, so hold on, you're almost there. Now, here are some features. Here are some features that you need to have in your business as well. Here are some features that you will want to have in your business as well. Again, have some way that you're organizing and compiling all of their information. Okay, you want to send a welcome email and you want to send questionnaires. If you don't have these three components, you definitely want to have a standard welcome email and outline your questionnaires. And always ask yourself, if you don't have a standard questionnaire, what are questions that you often ask yourself, and or what are some questions that your clients often ask you, to buffer some of that, okay? And so again, here are some examples. And what I love the most about using a CRM software like 17 Hats, if you look over here where it says, this is a new template, this is an email, this is a screenshot of an email template. You see where it says regular email, quote email, contract invoice email, questionnaire email. These are saved templated emails that I already have typed out. All I have to do is click on the type of email that I want and it populates automatically. And all I have to do is send it. That's if I have to do something manually. A questionnaire, all this information is stored, okay? Hit submit and it's saved for me, okay? So it's just the bomb. So I want you to just think, have you ever thought about how you manage your client load? And maybe you have one client, maybe you have 50 clients. Systems is what you need to work on. You definitely want to get your systems in place before you start drowning in your own success. That is when you have too many clients that you just are busting at the seams and you don't know what to do, right? Sometimes you probably said, well, have thought to yourself, by the time I teach somebody else how to do what I do, I could have done it. Wash away that myth. You have to duplicate some of your actions, right? Have you ever thought that you're drowning in paperwork? Have you ever thought that you needed more time in a day? If that's you, you need to get your systems in place because it's no fun being overwhelmed. It's no fun being the secretary in your business. It's really pulling you away from your art, your craft, and your passion of what you really love to do. Okay. And so my clients, the proof is in the pudding, right? 70% of her systems were done in one session. Like it can happen, it can take place, and you don't have to be a tech savvy person, right? I began receiving an influx of new followers overnight. It became overwhelming. This client literally was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Had a great post that really went viral, inbox flooded, and it was like, what do I do next? Do you understand that you're one post away, you're one contact away, you're one handshake away, you're one phone call away from really experiencing the success that you want? You don't want to wait until that time to start getting your organization together because you're going to stall, you could flop, you could not show up professionally and really lose out on a good opportunity, right? So again, your systems are an organized and documented way in which your business functions, not in what you run your business, but it's how it's a set routine on how your business functions so that you have the clarity, organization, structure, confidence, professionalism, and profitability that you crave, that you want, the freedom that you desire, right? And I can help you do that. I can help write your systems. I can help write your systems so that you have a handbook to follow. You might not want to use a CRM software yet, right? You might say, Tiffany, I know that you set up systems in the software, but I just kind of want something tangible that I can work with. I just want, a handbook. I want a step-by-step on what I should do before I get to the software, before I get to the technology. And that's why I am inviting you to take your spot and create my systems where I meet with you one-on-one. Okay, on one-on-one, we go over the best practices for organizing your business. And I write out how your business should function, right? And I support you via email after the delivery of your customized systems handbook for $297. So you can take place, you can grab your spot. You could grab your spot. This is available for the first 3 people for your deposit today of $97. You pay your deposit, we meet, we get started, and you only have a remainder of 2. Let me tell you something. Listen, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just put it on the screen for you. So in your email right now, you could be one of the first 3 to have this offer that's available to you for a limited amount of time. And I'm not saying this to I'm not saying this to persuade you. I'm not saying this to make you feel any kind of way, but it's the truth because I value my time. I have a client load and all that kind of stuff. But I'm doing this for you again, one-on-one with me. We go over the best practices and I customize your systems. I write out what systems you should have in place so you can have it. And once you have it, you have it. It don't have to change for years, right? And so again, my clients, the proof is in the pudding. Is that I'm booking brides out of state. They are paying me at my new rate. Now, it's not my business to tell y'all what her rate is, right, for her luxury bling bouquets. But just imagine the fact that she was able to, with organization and systems in place, we also did a website for her. She has been able to book clients out of state, and they understand that they have to pay for what she offers. And many times, let me just add this in there. Many times you don't have the clients that you desire. You have not reached your ideal client because you have not reached your optimal level of functioning. Your business and your brand is functioning below level. And so you are not attracting the clients that you want. You are not attracting the clients that will pay you because you're not showing up the right way, because you're not organized. You're not branded. You don't have your systems in place. But this client, she was able to book brides out of state at her new rate. And they, excellent. Another client, being introduced to 17 hats through the system suite was one of the best business decisions and investments. This is another client. She does a multiplicity of things, right? She also has great social media success. She also had inboxes from people all over. And we were able to put structure in place so that she can manage, so that she can live, eat, breathe, and enjoy life. Do not lose your life trying to run your business. So again, I invite you to be one of the first 3 to grab hold, to create systems. Now, if you're watching replay and those 3 spots are gone, that's okay. Stay connected with me because I can still help you with your systems just in a different way. Okay, not the one-on-one, because I don't open one-on-one too often. All right. So again, this is a deposit that you got to make. Once that's done, we get started, we meet for your one-on-one session. This is your remaining balance. The choice is yours. So I want you to run to your inbox or slide on over to your inbox, drop your questions in the chat, and I look forward to answering your questions. And thank you for investing in yourself. Investing in yourself and understanding that you deserve peace, you deserve clarity, and you deserve organization. I am Tiffany Marshall from the System Suite, where I help solopreneurs just like you get more done by doing less work by way of automating and systemizing their businesses. To learn more about me and what I do, head over to thesystemssuite.com. That is the Systems Suite, SUITE.com.